Finding angles. How can we find the measure of angle A? So here we have a right angle triangle. We have this angle here labelled as A. We don't know what it is. We have this side here, which happens to be the longest side, which is the hypotenuse, labelled as 61. And we have this other side, which happens to be opposite angle A, labelled as 11. So how can we figure out what this angle is? So we're going to use SOHCAHTOA. So we're going to label what we have. So we have this side length here, which is 61, and it's the hypotenuse. So I'm going to label it as H. And we have this side length here, which happens to be the opposite the angle. So I'm going to label it as O. So I need to use one of my formulas out of SOH, CA and TOA that has a H and an O. So I'm going to go with SOH. So SOH stands for sine of the angle, which in this case is A, equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. So we're going to have sine equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. So the opposite being 11 and the hypotenuse being 61. So sine equals opposite, which is 11, over hypotenuse, which is 61. So sine of A equals 11 over 61. And putting it into the calculator, we get 0.180328. Now obviously this angle couldn't possibly be 0.1 degrees. So what we have to do is use the second function on our calculator. We have to get the inverse of the angle. We can now use the calculator to find A, key in the following. Second function, sine 0.180328 equals, and this will give an answer of 10.39 degrees to 2 decimal places. So this is written as sine of A equals 0.180328. So A is going to be equal to sine inverse of 0.180328. So angle A is 10.39 degrees. So this little minus 1 here represents the inverse function. So we press second function, and sine minus 1 should come up. And then we put in our number, press equals, and we get our angle 10.39 degrees. Now, alternatively, we could have straight away put sine minus 1 bracket 11 over 61 bracket into the calculator and gotten 10.39 degrees. So by pressing second function and sine minus 1 would have come up with a bracket. Pressing the fraction button, we could have just straight away put in 11 over 61, closed our bracket, pressed equals, and straight away we would have got 10.39 degrees. So a much quicker method. Change 35.6 degrees to degrees and minutes. So we put 35.6 into the calculator, press second function, DMS and equals, and we should end up with 35 degrees, 36 minutes and 0 seconds. So 35 degrees, 36 minutes and 0 seconds will be displayed. So the answer is 35 degrees and 36 minutes. Note on a calculator, some of them, DMS is replaced with this button instead. So it represents degrees, minutes and seconds. This is a very useful button for helping us work out time. So if you wanted to work out the length of a film, so if you wanted to take one time away from another time, so if you wanted to do, for example, 4 hours and 16 minutes and 21 seconds minus 2 hours, 13 minutes and 4 seconds, etc., you could use this button here. Change 64 degrees and 45 minutes to degrees. So we key into the calculator 64, press our DMS button or this button, depending on which calculator you're using. Then 45 and our degree button again, and equals second function and our degree button again, or this one, depending on which one you're using. And the answer 64.75 is displayed. So 64 degrees and 45 minutes is 64.75. And that makes sense because 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, and 0.75 is the same as 3/4. Use your calculator to find the measure of angle x if sine of x is equal to 0.5469. Give your answer to the nearest minute. So sine of x is equal to 0.5469. So x is going to be sine of -1, 0.5469. So this is the inverse. So to get this on the calculator, we press second function, sine, key in our number, 0.5469, and equals. The answer, 33.15459,885, is displayed. Now convert this to the nearest minute. So once the answer is on the screen, we then press second function and our degree, minute, second button. And the answer, 33 degrees, 9 minutes and 16.556 seconds, is displayed. This answer, corrected to the nearest minute, is 33 degrees and 9 minutes. So since we had 16 seconds, the 9 rounds down, so it basically just stays as it is. If cos of A equals 0.2183, then using your calculator find the measure of angle A to 2 decimal places, the measure of angle A to the nearest minute. So we're going to key in the following into the calculator. Second function, cos 0.2183, and equals. And this will give an answer of 77.39 degrees to 2 decimal places. So now we want to round it off to the nearest minute. So we're going to press second function, cos 0.2183 equals, second function, and our degree, minute, seconds button. And this gives an answer of 77 degrees and 23 minutes. And this is to the nearest minute. And this makes sense because 73.39 degrees, if we were to multiply 0.39 by 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, we would end up with 23.4, which rounds off to 23. So 77.39 degrees is actually 77 degrees and 23 minutes.